Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Network Live TV. We are going to help you with your networking for whether or not you're local, national, or international. See, now I'm all flustered. I can't even think. And give you tips and tricks and introduce you to amazing people from all over the globe. I am here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. On Mondays, I'm here with my co-host, Ms. Lynn Schuessler-Williams, and our guest today is Christina Diaz. So excited, ladies, to have you here.
Thank you.
Let me introduce my co-host, and then we will introduce Ms. Christina. Lynn Schuessler-Williams is known as the Indie Sales Coach. She's a nationally recognized speaker, a certified coach, a networking and sales expert, and author of 9 Little Words to Change Your Results. And boy, did we have fun with that one last week, huh? We helped some ladies out with that, using your 9 little words. So
nice.
Good. Lynn teaches a thinking technology that changes perspectives and increases results. She works with business owners, solopreneurs, independent salespeople, and groups, helping her clients build their dreams, accelerate their results, and create richer, more fulfilling lives. Lynn loves helping her clients learn that they need never sound salesy and that a success mindset begins with knowing that selling equals serving. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning.
So what's going on in your world now that we've spent 20 minutes trying to get into Blab?
Did you see the video I sent you of all 3 of us like pulsating trying to get in? It was hysterical.
No, I didn't look because I was so busy trying to figure out my own problem.
It was like, wow, we couldn't have created this effect if we'd tried. It is a holiday, and I love that we're still connecting.
Yes.
And making that kind of productive thing happen. I love it.
Let me introduce you to our guest, Ms. Christina Diaz. I'm so excited to tell you all about her. She is an empowerment coach for women entrepreneurs. Her passion is to support women with techniques to release limited beliefs by understanding the mind-body connection. She incorporates guided visualization, methods of breath work, focus sessions that get deep into the blocks that are standing in the way. Give you a little bit of background on Christina. She studied core coaching at Coach Training Alliance. She also has a background in, I don't know how you say this, Vipassana meditation.
Vipassana.
Vipassana. Okay. She Reiki. I never can say that word, no matter how many times people tell me.
It's Reiki.
Reiki of natural healing, breath work. It incorporates a powerful technique of affirmations and visualizations. Oh my God, this whole thing's got me so boggled today that I can't even speak.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
Christina's is an intuitive that focuses not on readings, but uses her gifts to dig deep so that you can see the results and the power you have inside to take steps toward a clear mindset. Stand strong, be courageous, she says. Good morning, yes. Christina.
Hey.
Morning.
So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you got exciting going on.
My name is Christina, and I'm an empowerment coach for women entrepreneurs, and this is a new venture for me. For many years, I just did it locally in my town and stayed at home and was with my son and just had a really good time sharing it with the community. And I just got to a point where my son was going back to school, and I said, now it's my turn, and I want to go beyond the borders of where I live. And so now I'm launching into the social media venture. So this is really a big step for me because part of what I teach is what I've learned and experienced. And so for me, it's kind of going out of your comfort zone and kind of pushing through and overcoming all the emotions. Because what I say to people is that it doesn't matter how much knowledge and experience you have, how many books you've read, everybody, no matter what, is going to go through the emotions. Something's going to trigger, and they're going to have to go through all those emotions again. The difference with having the knowledge and the experience is that you learn to manage it, overcome it, stop it in its tracks, and shift it. And so that's kind of what I teach them is through my experience, and empower them to do better and to see that they have a path. They may see blocks, they may see problems, they may see the struggles, they may feel all the emotions, but what I do is I want to just kind of show them that they have a way and show them that it's clear and get them to where they need to go. So,
Ladies, I'm going to try to put us on Facebook Live, so I'm going to let you guys chat for a minute.
oh my. You're really pushing me through, aren't you?
That's right. No staying local with this bunch, Christina.
I am pushing the buttons today.
We will stretch you. We will take that comfort zone line and we will just like drag you right over.
Test it. Right on. I'm there.
I love your topic, Christina. It's near and dear to my heart. I love the techniques that you use. Familiar with all of them and have practiced most of them, and just think such powerful tools.
Yes.
And I think you've really, one of the things I do is work with coaches and consultants on how they're going to build a sales funnel and a sales language around their business so that they can understand that selling equals serving and
Yes.
not selling equals, ick.
Yes.
Because we got to sell as coaches in order to have an income, in order to have a business so we can help more people, we have to sell. So I love what you've done with creating a local experience that's given you clients, it's given you experience, it's given you all that, and now you're just taking it to a bigger audience. How exciting.
It is exciting. I'm going through all the emotions, but I'm so excited. I really am. I'm looking forward to seeing the results for myself so that I can share the information and the knowledge that I'm getting through courses that I'm taking, so I can also share with them. And the mindset of getting over sabotaging and thinking in scarcity mode,
Yes.
thinking in comfort mode. There's a lot of women out there who want to step out of their comfort zone. They don't like where they're working, or they're a stay-at-home mom and they're just, they lose their identity. And I understand that, because there was years where I felt like, who am I? I have to be more than a wife and a mother. I have so much more to give. And so I stayed in that kind of zone for a while because I had to be the mother. I had to do what I needed to do. But as soon as I stepped out, I thought, okay, I have a message now. I have a story, and I can share with them, and I can go through those emotions with them because I've been there. And I think that's what's so powerful about coaches like yourself and myself, and just us women in general, men included, but us women in general. We have these powerful stories that only another woman could really understand. And that in itself is empowerment. When women can get together and kind of share their stories and their struggles, I think, to me, that's empowerment. And I think also another thing that's lacking is that women feel alone and they feel trapped. And what should have taken me 6 months has taken me 3 years, because I didn't really have that support. Because in the community, they saw me as, a teacher, or, their coach, or they saw me in a different light. So I couldn't be vulnerable to them. Right. So I really didn't have those outlets to become vulnerable. So I had to do all this self-healing, a lot of it just by myself. And so I want to support women, and I want to show them that you can do it, and you could do it much faster when you have support, when you have a community. And so that's really what my true intention is launching through and providing that community for women.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true that when we have a team and when we have support, it is so much easier to stretch across that comfort zone, so much easier to reach for the things that are ours to do, and to believe that we can do it. If we have people who can believe with us,
yes,
even on the days when we don't believe fully, that makes all the difference.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Steve says, "Hey, Lynn, I closed the wrong window." What window was he in? Did he get lost?
Yeah, he was here. He was here a few minutes ago, and now he's back. So we're glad you came back, Steve.
So, Christina, you've had a 3-year-long journey. Tell us a little bit about your journey. What got you started on this journey?
On the coaching well, it all leaded up to.
Well, it all led up to the same place, right?
Yes. Okay, we'll start when I was a child. I mean, my grandmother was huge. My grandmother and my mother were pinnacles in my skill set. They always embraced my spirituality. I went to many, many different churches growing up, and I was very open to that. I was open to many things growing up. And so I think that helped me with my skill set and understanding and seeing people. It was almost like now looking back in my life, I had to go through all those many struggles because it made me more empowered to share my story and to help other women on their path. So through my journey, I worked with oils and herbs, and I did what most holistic practitioners love. We love to travel. We love nature. We love herbs, oils. We do meditation. I did Reiki. I was a practitioner for 17 years and I taught for 4. And then going back to the scarcity thing, that when you're in the spiritual world, a lot of people don't want to charge for their gift. They don't want to charge. Everybody wants to exchange. They want to barter, or they just want to give. And it took a point where I decided to become a teacher, that I changed that mindset because I had to invest into that last stage of being a practitioner in level 2 to the advanced and master teacher. So I had to make that investment of my time and my money, and so that made me more accountable. And then it pivoted my belief in and honoring and knowing that money is an exchange of energy. It's a symbol, just like everything we see and touch is a symbol. So I had to overcome that. So what led me to coaching was because before I had to be with my son at home, I decided that I wanted to bring everything together. And at that time, what I thought would launch me into I guess everybody lives in titles, but more into an assertive role would be a coaching. So I went in and I did the certified coaching, and then I had a little hiccup in life, and I had to stay home with my son for the last 18 months. And so now I'm relaunching my company. So basically what I want to do is just fuse everything that I have and I know and meet that person where they are. I mean, you have to meet them there. You don't necessarily have to take them back or forward, just meet them where they are, and all that comes together. And then, you kind of just clear all this negativity, all the sabotage, all the emotions in time. As long as they're present, they have to do the work. Doesn't matter what you know and what you say. When that person, that woman comes to you and there's a connection and you're there to support them, they have to be ready and open to receive that support. Because when they do and they expand, then they're going to receive many more messages from themselves, from their own memory and their own triggers. And then you address that as they come along. So it's a process. And coaching helped me be more structured in the way that I see people and talk to people. So instead of going in the toolbox, let's say, I kind of address them with more of words and getting into the core, and then I bring in my tools as needed to help clean up what they need to be clear with. So I hope that answered the question. I can't hear.
Oh, we lost your audio, Sabrina.
Test.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. I think everybody wonders what takes anybody any place. You know what I mean? What motivates you or what drives you to go to that place, whatever that place may be, whether it's spiritual, whether it's in business, whether it's physical, people move to Nicaragua, you know what I'm saying? I think we all wonder what drives people to do those things, because I think that we're also very different. And, like Lynn, for example, let's talk about what drove you to become a sales coach. What brought you there? How did you get there?
Well, I had a day job in corporate sales for many years. And then I had a part-time job at the same time as a conflict resolution trainer and facilitator for churches, for spiritual communities. And so I learned my speaking chops and my coaching from my part-time job, and I learned my sales from my full-time job. I have a business degree too. And when I couldn't take corporate anymore and I walked away, I happened to be at a conference, a spiritual conference, and somebody introduced me to a transformational coaching program. So I started as a transformational life coach, but it was interesting. I loved that. And I was in a mastermind group with my classmates who were ex-ministers and ex-social workers and ex-teachers, and none of whom had ever sold anything in their lives. And I quickly found that what I loved more than the transformational work was helping these people learn to put their work out into the world and learn to get their work and their passion to reach more people. And I also found that's my great multiplier. So if I help someone who's in a helping role to help more people, now I've reached more people than just that one. So it just, it's much like Christina's journey. You follow your journey, and you, if you allow yourself to decide and believe and stretch and act with, by following your intuition and all of that, you'll end up where you're supposed to be. So I totally resonate with that journey that you described, Christina. And I think that's good. I want to say hi to Wendy and Tamara. And so we've got some folks joined the conversation, and welcome everyone.
Good morning, everybody. So exciting to see you here. So I'm just curious. I want to find out, because you guys know that I got this whole Facebook broadcast thing happening, Wendy. And as you can see, it's happened on my phone again. I'm sharing it in two spots, on my personal page and on my, crapola. And on my, the phone's ringing. So that's really interrupting my Facebook Live here. So, and really now I've lost my train of thought. Okay, Wendy said she couldn't hear Lynn on Facebook Live.
That's okay.
Well, I'm working on perfecting this because I think it's just a ton of fun. So Wendy, is that what brought you in? You saw us messing around on Facebook Live. So that's what I'm curious to find out. Is what brought everybody in, so we know. I just want to know. Well, I know that Steve's here because I reached out to him because I thought that the Blab platform was down. So Wendy must have seen us on Facebook Live. Tamara, did you? Yep, yeah. She says, Tamara, how did you know we were here? From the Blab notification on the Facebook. Oh, and Tamara says she saw it on Facebook too.
Okay, so tell us how you're doing Facebook Live, because I don't get it. So
it says the live video has ended. So apparently the telephone call just pooped it.
So you were on your phone like this?
Yeah.
So you had Facebook Live going on your phone and you're just pointing it at the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that too. We're just going to stretch way past all our comfort zones today, Christina. So you're in the right place for sure.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try it again. I asked it to resume. I don't know whether it will resume or not. Just craziness, right?
It is. It's fun. This is great. So we're going, let's see. So we're going live on Facebook Live on Lynn Schuessler Williams' page. I believe we're also live on Sabrina Watson's page. It is Network Live TV today, and we are glad to have our guest, Christina Diaz, here to join us for Network Live TV. And Christina's been telling us all about her growing business, how she started out kind of in her local community, and now as a coach and as a person who's helping women transform their thought patterns and their beliefs, is taking her work to a more global audience. So Christina, tell us a little bit about what those platforms are for you, so that how are you reaching women on a more global scale now?
Uh-oh, now we can't hear
Now I
Christina.
can't hear Christina. I'm glad you said that, Sabrina, so I knew it wasn't just me. I can hear.
Nope, no, we can't hear her at all.
Nope.
Fraser Hay asks, can ManyCam help to output to Blab, YouTube, and Facebook? I have no idea. I don't know anything about ManyCam. I have it. I don't know how to use it, though. So Christina is still not there, voice-wise.
So for all the folks who are watching us on Facebook Live, let us just introduce you to this platform called Blab, and say, you know, part of the deal with Blab is you just never know what's going to happen. And the technology is one way 1 minute and another way another. And so welcome to Blab.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
that is the thing about Blab. So Christina, don't feel badly if for any reason you might try exiting and coming back
Right.
in. I don't know. But you know, a Blab on any given day works or doesn't work, and you just never know whether it's going to work or not work. And yeah, that's not working.
We have a bunch of people over here in the chat. I'm showing that on Facebook Live so that people can understand that the Blab platform a little better, because I talk to people all the time who say, I don't know what Blab is. So if
I
you're here,
do too.
yeah, if you're here and watching us through Facebook Live, you're getting an experience of Blab. And we'd love for you to come.
There she is.
Yay, we have Christina's voice back.
Yay.
Wonderful.
We have Christina back. Yeah, so that's a Blab deal right there.
Yeah.
That's right. So Christina, I was asking you about what platforms you're using to reach out on a more global scale.
At the moment, it's just Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I'm working on my website, and I'm also working on a YouTube channel. I want to do some short videos, and you know, to kind of maybe like a morning video or a weekly video about just different techniques, and they can kind of join me where they are and just kind of get into the space and have a moment of peace, and hopefully they get a little clarity from it. Maybe share affirmations with them, because I love acronyms and affirmations. I'm working on an acronym right now. You know how people say woohoo, and they say it a lot. It's like you can't even be like a meditate or yoga or talk about it where people say that it's like woohoo. And so that's like, I want to change the language and like the meaning of it. So instead of woohoo, I've started this. Maybe you guys can help me out. It's like, what others observe will open opportunities. So WOO, WOO, woohoo, or woo-woo, woo-woo, sorry.
Woo-woo.
Woo-woo, woo-woo, not woo-hoo.
Woo-woo. Sorry.
What others observe
What
will
others
open opportunities.
What others observe will open opportunities. So maybe you have to think deep for that one, but woo-woo, it's like, because you can't talk about meditation or anything without people who are like, they almost have to excuse their behavior and say, oh, I'm sorry, it's not woo-hoo, woo-woo. I can't even say it. And so I just wanted to change the mindset on the word. Like, why can't you say that I meditate? Why can't you say that I like to light a candle and just be? Why can't you be a spiritual being beyond religion, you know, to where there is no religion? It's just, to me, life is about doing unto others as you would have others do unto you. It's the golden rule through every religion and every culture. And to love life and to be at one with nature, I think is enough. I mean, you can go far and wide as you want with that. It's endless. So woo-woo. I kind of want to change what it means and turn it into an acronym to where people don't have to excuse who they are. You know, they always have to bring up that word. I'm using this platform to go through that right now. It was just really been on my mind. Like, I don't think you should excuse who you are as long as you're kind and good to people and you're just trying to get through your day. You shouldn't have to excuse who you are.
I just want to remind all our viewers real quickly, you guys, because we didn't get started late, that one of the reasons that we're here is to help people network virtually. And I am your host, Sabrina Watson, founder of NetworkLiveVirtually.com, where you can go and join virtual networking groups that are happening all over the world all week long. I think there's like 5 or 6 a week. Right now, I'm not even sure how many we have because we've got more hosts coming in, a lot of things happening. So I'm going to put that link in there for everyone. Go check out our calendar, see what virtual networking groups are coming up that you might want to join. And I also want to make sure that our audience knows, even with our replay audience, that we are always looking for hosts for Network Live Virtually. So if you are interested in expanding your tribe and creating that greater circle of influence, reach out to me. Let me know. We'll talk about it for sure. So, and my guests today are, of course, my co-host, Lynn Schuessler-Williams is not my guest, but she is the author of 9 Little Words to Change Your Results, which I absolutely love. And I have to make sure she shares those 9 little words with us before we get too far. And our guest today is Christina T. Diaz. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Christina, do you have some links that you can share with our audience so that people can find you if they would like to reach out?
Yeah, I can put them up for you. So if I X out of here, you can't see me if I go up because
Yeah, you can't X out, but you can open another tab in your window as long as you just.
Yeah. Okay.
And my live video just ended because I think my phone just died. Well, that's what happens when you're not prepared for whatever it is you're gonna do.
Well, you're not supposed to be prepared in Blab, first of all.
Well, I wasn't clearly prepared.
Right. Well, I love that you suggested to put it on Facebook Live. Several people connected with us on my page over there too. So that's a very cool idea, Sabrina.
Well, I think that's what I'm going to start doing with Blab because, you know, that's where Facebook's giving all the action is to live, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I love you more, Wendy.
That's right. People will see it faster because it's live than they will a post about it. I just think that's brilliant. Way to go.
Well, you know me, I'm full of thinking outside of the box.
That's right.
I've been trying to figure out how to utilize Facebook Live for a while. We could probably do the same thing with Zoom too, Lynn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was going to share this with Christina because this came up for me this is my notes for this week. And you said something that reminded me of a quote that I wrote down. Convenience is your enemy. I would say comfort is your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Pay the price first and then you'll be rewarded with progress. So I loved that idea that convenience and comfort, you know, we talk about stepping outside our comfort zone and doing, you know, we hear people say, what is it you're have that burning desire to do in your life? Well, you know, quit doing what's convenient and do what'll take you towards that. I think that's a trap that women find themselves in a lot, is they think, oh, I'll just do whatever's comfortable and convenient, when to get where we want to go, we've got to go beyond that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So something
Absolutely.
reminded me of that quote, and I just wanted to share it with you.
It's true because women do get comfortable in their roles, in their titles. They
Yes.
really do. And there's so much more that we're capable of doing. And everyone has a dream. Unless they're living their dream and their path, they're dreaming about their dream and their path. There's something that's always going to be pulling at their heartstrings, let's say, and pulling them towards it. And so I want to read an affirmation if I can.
You're right ahead.
Okay. This one is, what we use for like clearing blockage. I transcend all limitations. I live in a limitless world. I transcend all limitations. I live in a limitless world.
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
If you can dream it, you can make it happen.
That's right. If you envision it, it exists already. You just have to step into it. And another thing is you have to align yourself with it first. And that's what people don't understand. You know, they wish for $1 million or they wish for a new car, and that's great. And, you know, eventually you'll get it if you work hard for it, but you can get it a little bit faster if you're clear and you kind of align yourself and taking these small steps towards that. And that's huge, I think. Even for me, sometimes I have to remind myself, yes, I want this, I want that, but I have to kind of get to that point of alignment to accept it for it to happen.
What are the 3 biggest things, Christina, that you would like to share with our audience that you feel would be most beneficial for them in obtaining or breaking out of these bonds? How can they bring themselves there?
One thing that comes to me is that if your mind is racing and you're you have chaos going on and you're struggling in your thought process, even if you are in a wheelchair, there's some place that you can just move. You have to move your body. So for me, what really works, and I've shared it with a lot of people who can't sit in a lotus position and meditate and do breath work, but they like to go outside, or they like to run, or they like other things that move their body. And to me, I would say that if you get to a point of frustration and chaos, and I go outside in nature. I have to go out and I have to take a walk. So if you can do that, I would suggest doing that. A lot of people, and I agree, that journaling is powerful. I believe that if you have, like myself, I didn't have a lot of people I could be vulnerable with. So I had to be vulnerable to myself. And so I would write things down and I would see them for what they are. And it kind of calmed me down as I was doing it. And I was like, I can't even believe I had these thoughts. It made no sense at the time. So I do believe that if you can get to that point of just writing things down. I mean, I have notepads throughout my house because I never know when a thought's going to happen. And sometimes I don't even get to it fast enough. So I would say that when things come to you and speak to you, to write it down, or at least document it as soon as possible. I think that's a great technique. So we have move that body. We have journaling. And I would say the biggest thing is to get support, and don't do your best to kind of work through that fear. If you really have fear and you really are in a situation where you feel like you're trapped, I think if you move your body, it gives you clarity. I think if you get out in nature, it really does give you clarity. Another thing too, put on your favorite music. You can shift your mindset in a second with music. It is the most powerful method of, I think, mindset work there is, because in an instant, those frequencies and those sounds are penetrating every cell of your body, and it shifts your mindset in an instant. So I think music is powerful. I think movement is powerful, and I think journaling is powerful. But the most powerful of all, if you can get there, is get support, somebody that you trust and you find value with. And it could be a coach, or it could be your best friend. But I think that you'll move a lot faster through the blocks if you reach out and ask for support.
I have to tell you something. First of all, I want to talk about the support thing, but I also want to talk about what you just mentioned with music. So yesterday, my husband and his mother decided they were going to go to Ocala, which is about 40 miles away, because he has some art that he wanted to get framed, and Michael's is having a big art sale. And he said, "You want to come?" And I said, "No, I said, I think I'm just going to lay around in the pool by myself." So I was gonna only like get in the pool for a few minutes for a dip or something, and then I was going to go shopping and pick up some things that I needed. So I went in the pool, and I was in the pool a couple minutes. I thought, oh, I need some music out here. So I went and got my MP3 player out, and I brought it out and I plugged it in. And before I knew it, I was in my swimming pool dancing by myself, all alone, twirling around, doing craziness.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for like 3 hours.
Yeah. So you combined everything all together. I mean, you just in the moment. That's powerful.
I never went shopping. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. I just stayed in the pool. It was so much fun. I was all by myself. I didn't even care. I was just out there singing and dancing, and oh my God, it was the best. Anyway, so I had to share that with you since you mentioned music. But the one thing I wanted to ask you both is, I want you both to be able to respond to this, is when you talk about finding support. Let's talk about that for a second. That's really a big deal, you guys. Because when you are trying to do something, most people really, they say they want to support you, but they really don't. Wow. So, Christine, I want you to answer that. How do you find support? And then I want Lynn to address that with you as well.
Okay. Well, I can only share my experience. In the community that I lived in, every time that I reached out, I found that it was harder to find that support than when I actually reached out on social media, and I could actually kind of do my own investigation on their personalities, and I follow them. So to me, I think that for me, it's like I found my support. I found my 2 coaches that I'm working with now. I found so many other resources just by opening myself through the social media. Now, that's my experience. So I guess the answer to the question is it takes time to earn the trust and from someone. If you don't have family here, if you don't have, like, I don't have my parents here, I didn't have anyone here. I just had like a lot of acquaintances. So every time I felt like I needed to reach out to somebody, I didn't feel like I was really getting the support that I needed. And it was only when I had enough. I mean, you got to get to that point where you've just had enough. And for me, my match point was, I just have to keep saying it, but it's social media. I mean, I found my 2 coaches and I'm in love with them, and they have great value, and they've earned my trust, and it's out of my zone here. Nobody knows, they don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, it's more intimate. I don't have to worry about somebody in town knowing their best friend that has all my information, all my dark secrets, because that can happen, you know. So this way I kind of just trust, if that makes sense. But for me, I had to reach out, and it was social media that I found my support.
Awesome. Go ahead, Lynn.
Absolutely. I can totally see how that would be. So first of all, I wanted to say something about the music thing. So I'm putting a link to my new theme song. That's the YouTube video of my new theme.
Okay.
That's my favorite shifter this month. It's been just like, and my 17-year-old daughter introduced me to that song. So be forewarned. No, it's a great motivator, upbeat. I just love it. So, and I used to have a sales manager years ago who, when a new salesperson would come on board for our team, he would say, "What kind of music makes you drive fast?" Right? Mm-hmm. So ask yourself that. What kind of music makes you drive fast? And you know, that'll help shift you fast too. So that's right. I wanted to go back to that for just a second. But in terms of support, you know, what I have really learned is that the most powerful support is when you have like-minded people who come together with the intention of bringing support to each other. So I call them partners in possibility, or partners in believing, or mastermind partners. These are people who understand you, they understand your thought processes and your goals, and they are willing to believe in your goals even on the days that you are unwilling to believe it yourself. They're willing to ask you great questions. They're willing to stretch with you, and they want the same back from you. So those kinds of mastermind partners I have a mastermind partner that I have had a weekly call with for we're coming up on 4 years, I think next month. And then I also run mastermind groups for my clients so that they have that kind of ongoing support, not just from me as a coach, but from people who they can share with and know they are a phrase that I coined from my mother is holding the perfect thought. So these partners are going to hold the perfect thought with you even when you're unable to hold it for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what support, regular, consistent support looks like in my world, Sabrina.
Wow.
That makes sense. I mean, she expounded on my little snippet of it.
Well, that would be
that was great.
Be Miss Lynn. That's what she does best.
Stop it, Sabrina. I love you, Lynn. You know I love you too.
All right, you guys. So one more time, I'm going to share for our replay and for anybody here that you can come and network live virtually with us several times a week, 5 or 6 times a week with people all over the world. The link I just posted is our list of who's got what happening this week, what networking groups. Be sure to register. It costs you nothing to come join our groups and reach out and connect with other amazing people like Christina, Lynn Schuster-Williams, Steve Henry, who's in here, Wendy Manganero. The list just goes on and on and on, you guys. So please share that link with others and invite others. I do want to let everybody know that my personal networking event happening tomorrow at 2:00 is I've actually got a series going right now where we're working on how to recognize and speak to certain personality types. And that will really help you up your game wherever it is if you know how to speak to people. So we're going to be reviewing some personality types, defining who they are, what they do, how to speak to them. And we're actually going to be practicing that live in our networking group. So you really get an opportunity to get an in-depth knowledge of each person that'll be there, because we're going to use the Danny Johnson process called FORM and determine people's signs, which actually means strengths, interests, goals, and needs, because that's the best way that you're going to find a way to work with people. So that link is in there.
Acronym, Christina.
There you go.
Yeah, signs, strengths, interests, goals, and needs. Is that what it was, Sabrina?
Yep. Strengths, interests, goals, and needs. That's the acronym for one of Danny Johnson's courses that she uses. It goes along with another process that she calls FORM, which she calls forming people. Which is the process of determining who they are, what their signs are, and how you can speak to them. And that stands for learning about people's family, occupation, recreation, and delivering your message.
Oh, wow.
So once you learn somebody's sign, their strengths, interests, goals, and needs, through FORM, learning about their family, their occupation, and their recreation, you in turn can deliver your message.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I love
Powerful stuff, right?
Yes, I use the same kind of thing in sales coaching with, if you can understand who you're talking to, what kind of person are they? Are they somebody who's going to need to process information for a long time, or are they someone who's just bottom line it for me? Then you know how to talk with them about whatever product or service you're talking to them about. Yeah, absolutely. That's an essential, I think, in sales. So, yeah. Steve says he used FORM way back in the 70s. He's old, he said.
And that's not a TLA. What's a TLA?
I don't know. So Steve, what's a TLA?
You have to three-letter acronym. For the OLD. Okay, now we got it, Steve.
We get it.
Ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Let you know when the replay is. I'm going to stop our recording here and just remind everybody that we are here Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Mondays, my co-host is Miss Lynn Schuster-Williams, author of 9 Little Words to Change Your Results. Wednesday is my co-host Christy Smallwood, also author of Entree Networking. and Networking the No Rules Way. And on Fridays, my co-host is Wendy Manganero, who is the most amazing social abundance marketing lady in the world. So we hope that you'll join us, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.